Here with our 2025 men's soccer season preview with head coach Jared Embick. And coach, just give us an opening statement, first of all, on how fall camp has gone in the 3 preseason contests and your eyes and the coach's views, how they did.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're pleased with the results of the scrimmages. I think we're just trying to find out as much as we can about this team. I mean, half the team's new players from last fall, and we'll have 8 new starters to start on Thursday. So I think we just got to continue to figure out how we're going to put this together and build, and we're still learning what these guys are capable of. But in terms of how we started in training camp, I mean, everything, attitude, energy, really high, positive. Games have gone well, and we've been able to learn from it, but obviously we got a long way to go.
I guess one of the big key questions I think everybody wants to know is how do you replace a guy like Emil Escalainen in 23 goals from a year ago and be able to put the ball in the back of the net this year?
Yeah, we've been in this situation a lot as a program, and the nice thing is our style of play, the way we attack, we always can attract, very good attacking players, and we have quite a few very good attacking players that just haven't had the opportunity to prove themselves. But again, it's never going to be about one individual. Emil's job was to score goals, and he did that well for us last year and Shooky the year before. I think we just focus on how we play together as a team, what our jobs are, how we do collectively. If we focus on the right things instead of looking for a player to bail us out, we'll be a really good attacking team, and maybe someone emerges out of that individually with some accolades.
Let's talk about the non-conference schedule. You head to Columbus and Ohio State. You start with VCU on Thursday. You head up to Vermont and the defending national champions. Tell us how all these games kind of came about and what you're hoping to get out of them besides the result to get ready for Big East play.
Yeah, I think we changed it up a bit. When we first started in the Big East, I had a lighter schedule in terms of historically high RPI programs in the non-conference. And I just didn't like it. I feel like, our margin for error, the conference has helped us, but I felt like I didn't give us enough margin for error or maybe test us enough in the non-conference. So I went back to trying to make a more difficult schedule, challenging, and even though we're losing 8 starters, still feel like it's the right decision. And look, our Ohio State, anytime you can play that game for the state of Ohio, for Northeast Ohio, you have to. The players get to play in front of such a big crowd, whether it's home or away. That game's, a must schedule when we can. The opportunity with Vermont came a couple years ago, and we're returning it. And I think the exciting thing there is, they're national champions, but the way that the school, the community has embraced and rallied around that team and program in recent years is going to make it fun. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to go play in big games, difficult environments against teams that are capable of winning things. And, it's a great opportunity for us to go there and build what we're trying to do this year and compete.
If you could give us maybe a position breakdown, goalkeeper, defensive, midfield, and attack.
Yeah, I mean, goalkeeper, we return, I think, the best keeper in America, Mitch Butler. Capable of winning us games and buying this team time to gel together. It's rare that I say our goalkeeper could be our most talented player, but I feel that highly of his ability. And we got some great young keepers that have the opportunity to learn from one of the best, and Brett. You got to see him preseason, and he had 2 very solid performances, and then you got Lincoln and Gavin, who have very high ceilings and potential to really develop into top goalkeepers. So, really excited about that group. In the defending area, we got, some of our experiences back there. Ashton is returning as a starter. Can really showcase himself as one of the premier left backs in the country. Very balanced, good defensively, good going forward. I think you've seen that in the preseason as well. You have Dara, his leadership, his toughness, his competitiveness is, second to none out there. And he's one of the warriors, and he defends well and keeps the team focused and leads very, very well. So you're going to hopefully see him emerge this year as a senior. Then you have Freddie, and he has experience winning a national championship with Iowa Western. So he knows what it takes, and he was a captain there, so we're excited for him to come here. And as he gets more and more games under his belt, I think we'll see more and more of his leadership qualities. But very, very good partner with Dara in terms of he can cover. He's very strong in the tackle. Tremendous asset. Then we have Matthew Paiva, who's a complete player, very good on the ball, very balanced, can defend, good in the air, and he's going to do everything he can to, push those two and win a job there. And he's very talented, one we're excited for the next couple of years. Then you got Jose Pedro, who's going to be a freshman from Portugal. Very talented, very technical, can pass, can go by people. Can defend well, good in the air. I think he's going to be a player that people are will really start to notice as we play throughout the year. And then, again, we got depth pieces there that hopefully continue to grow. Jamai, who's a fantastic athlete and very tough defender, can really get up and down the field. Logan's a very smart defender, very, very balanced, good passer. He's going to be able to learn under some great tutelage. You got Dylan, who's been injured in the preseason, but he could play anywhere in the back four, and he's very talented, good technically, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, good defender, and hopefully you guys will get to see him in the future. And then, we always maybe have a couple guys we might move back there as the season goes. And James, we're waiting on some off-field issues to get kind of sorted for him. And then you saw Aliaj, who's played wing for us as well, get some time in the back in the preseason. Midfield, obviously Matt Dries is our returning starter there. And, I think he's got to be one of the best true defensive-minded sixes, defensive mids in the country. Great ball winning, unbelievable at covering ground, and good in the air, very tough. I think he has a future at the next level with how well he defends and plays that position. He's definitely going to be the leader there. Then we got, a lot of skill. Caleb Borneo, Jack Sullivan, Tyler Morkey, Jack Roman can play in there, Braxton Hayes, all really technical, skillful players that can move the game, open it up, beat people off the dribble. Morkey will probably do a little bit more with his passing, and obviously we're excited to see what those guys can bring. And in some cases, Caleb will have opportunity to have a bigger role. We're excited to see what he can do with it. And then, Sully and Morkey we brought in as transfers to bring some attack to us. And Braxton's a great young player that I think will be a tremendous defensive mid for us in time, and you're going to see him really help us as the season goes on. And then Roman's kind of a jack of all trades. He can play in the wing, he can play attacking mid, he's going to run, skillful, can beat you, very smart player, can really think the game well and think quickly, and really excited about his future. In the front line, we got a lot of numbers, and I think in preseason you saw Nathan Ferguson really have a great start to the year and training camp. Nice size. You saw a couple headers, 6'4", 6'5", forward, but unbelievable finisher, knows where to go to in the box. What we recruited him based on his finishing ability, and I think his injury has kind of set back his development a little bit, but now I feel like I see the old Nathan back, and I think he has a chance to have a big year. And then Roman on the wing, we talked about earlier, Connor. Filsinger, very strong dribbler, very technical, both feet, can really hit a ball, can pass and cross, and I think he's one that excited to see his development throughout the year. And then some exciting young guys. Remy's back, more fit. He can play anywhere on the front line. Just a handful, powerful. Has some great feet. He's going to get better. You got Farrell, who can play in the middle on the wing, very strong. Good pace, great touch in and around goal. Excited for what some of these guys can do. We got Nacho transferring from Virginia, very direct, strong, nose for goal. I think you guys saw that in the last couple preseason games, what he can bring. I'm excited to see him, in a new opportunity. I think he can really take it well. Abdi is our guy that can really run by people, and I think he's going to be exciting and yet frustrating at the same time. But I think his pace, and as he gets acclimated to how we do things here, how we play, is going to be a tremendous asset. I mean, Stefan is one of the old guards, and been battling a minor injury, but seems set to have a terrific year. Has it all. He can beat people off the dribble, technique, can serve, can shoot. I'm excited to see him hopefully put it all together this year.
What are you excited for the most for this team?
Yeah, I think in the past years we've always seemingly had some key pieces back in terms of, you have Dyson, Malik, you had those guys for 4 years, Cruiser in midfield, Jonas in the back line, and guys like that. And now it's like a whole new kind of canvas with players, and really excited to see how we, put this thing together. It's going to be a fantastic team that's going to have to learn and adjust and figure out things as we go. But I think there's some tremendous talent here that hasn't had the opportunity to show that to everybody. And you always look at what we have had in the past, but I think you'll be excited what we have here now and what they can do in the future when you see these guys play more.
Message to the fans to get their season tickets, come out on Sunday specifically to start the year against Northern Kentucky.
Look, fans can be the difference maker, right? In any game, any moment, they can change a performance for a team and change a season. So the fans can come out, rally us, have some patience as this team puts it together. Like we do at Akron Soccer, we're always going to be competing and playing for championships and always pushing to get that next star. And then, look, it's not going to be possible unless you guys are there and you help us and you push us, because, in the end, I think you guys will have to push us through a couple games and help us through this tough schedule.